This video was sponsored by PowerCircle Clothing and Headbusters Food Company in association with Cook Up Unlimited.
Cook up!
It's not a podcast.
Yo, Dennis here, back with another episode of This Is Not a Podcast. Y'all already know what the lick read. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. It's greatly appreciated. So tonight, it's gonna be an interesting conversation we're gonna have tonight. We're gonna talk about, I don't even know what to call this. I'm gonna just say I'm torn between. Is we gonna call this episode Politics as Usual? Should we call it Imaginary Players? We're gonna say Politics as Usual. I think I like that one better. I was having a random conversation with a young man, and he was frustrated about the politics of your local music industry. We'll just say nothing major, but this stuff occurs, and even in the majors, of course, you definitely get this a lot on the come up. Even myself, I still get it to this day. So he was basically saying like how it's an abundance of fakeness, it's an abundance of phoniness, fake love, fake support, fake this, fake that, or whatever. And basically what I was telling him, I'm like, well, you shouldn't really get too riled up about that, man. It's just politics as usual. Sometimes, you know, you're gonna get that what I like to call the we'll do lunch speech. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when, you know, you might see some of your contemporaries, colleagues, peers, whatever you want to call them. You might see them in events, you might see them out in public, you might see them in, you know, just random places. And sometimes, you know, people like to just talk because they got lips, or they like to be politically correct. So they might say, hey man, you know, I see you doing your thing, man. Or man, hey man, I see you, man. I saw that last thing you did, or I've been listening to this, or man, I'm gonna go support you, man. I'm gonna do this and that, blah, 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 whatever. A lot of times that's just small talk. I mean, you can call this being polite, cordial. It's just blowing smoke, you know. Sometimes when you see a person in public, people have a tendency of saying things they really don't mean, you know what I'm saying? Just because it's the right thing to say. They feel like that's the right thing to say, or that's the right thing to do in that moment. Sometimes it's best to just say, you know, what's up, and just break, you know what I'm saying? And it's not just in the music industry, but this also occurs in like family. This also occurs with friends and all these different things. And I think I've touched on this in a lot of different ways, you know, when we talk about support, you know, getting support from the wrong places, or getting validation or some sort of feedback for what you're doing from the wrong places, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to rappers in particular, you know, like it's like a secret competition thing, you know, nobody want to see the next person get ahead. Nobody want to see the next person excel past them or do better than them. Or like the saying goes, you know, people want you to do good, just not better than them. Or people will support another person doing the same thing that you're doing and won't even look your way, you know what I'm saying? And you might be better or just as good, you know what I mean? And sometimes you can't let yourself get too emotional about that stuff, man. I mean, at the end of the day, that stuff really don't matter. I mean, you can't really, you know, it ain't gonna make you rich, it ain't gonna change your life overnight. I give you an even better example. I mean, you got people in the industry that prey on people that's on the come up, you know what I'm saying? They'll tell you what's your budget, or, you know, all this crazy stuff. Like even myself, like I remember one time, and I don't want to say no names, you know what I'm saying, just in a certain arena, and I won't say this person's name because there's more than one person that said this in a lot of different ways. So I like to scroll down Instagram sometime, or if I'm on YouTube or something, I might catch a video or something, and somebody might say, well, they need some help with something, or they might need a service, you know, whatever the case may be. And I myself, I wear a lot of hats. So sometimes it's either production, sometimes it might be songwriting, sometimes it might be videography, you know, a lot of different things. And so you reach out and, you know, you inquire and you see what's to it, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, you don't let no opportunity pass you by, or you thinking it's one thing, and then as soon as you get in them DMs, you know, they trying to get some money out of you. Instead of you trying to get to the money, they trying to get some money out of you. So they really don't care about nothing you got going on. They might even tell you the right things or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's all about this, you know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I ain't gonna put nobody on blast, because like I said, I've seen this in different tax brackets. I've seen this on different platforms, you know, different levels of what they call views. So, you know, the whole thing is like the game ain't really based on talent. Sad to say, like the game ain't based on talent no more. It ain't based off a skill set anymore. Instead, as we know, you know, everything is numbers driven. It's about popularity. Who got the bigger following? Who got followers, views, likes, whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? Who's dragging that algorithm upward, you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of times, you know, they don't even care about talent. Matter of fact, they don't care about you. They just know it's an opportunity to capitalize and get some money, you know what I'm saying? And that's rightfully so. That's why I say you shouldn't get so emotional. That's why I say, you know what I'm saying, just be about your business, man. Sometimes you gotta develop leather skin. Now, I myself, I was raised a little bit different, so I was raised to have leather skin. I was raised to not be sensitive, and I was taught to see things for what they are, not for what they should be. You know what I'm saying? I see things for what they are right then and there. You will assess the situation from there, and you know what to do from there. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to put them big boy pants on. Don't be so emotional about a person not giving you the feedback that you seeking. A person that's not, your expectations is too high for people you know, or you expected too much from, I don't know. I think sometimes we expect people to be one way, you know, just because they know you, or just because they might come off as so supportive. When you don't get the results you're looking for, or if they not giving you the right type of feedback or whatever the case, that's when everything goes left. I'm here to tell you, like, them are not your supporters. They not obligated to do nothing. Just like a person that don't know you. That's why it's always good to be humble on the way up, and when you get there, remain humble. You know, some people lose their self in success, or lose their self and get caught up in the hype of fame, popularity, or whatever the case may be, and then there comes a time where you end up going on a decline. Or if you just cruising at cruise control, and you'll probably freak out and self-destruct when you're not getting the numbers you used to get, or not making the type of money you used to make, or whatever the case. And I'm not saying that's everybody's reality. I'm just simply saying that you shouldn't get too emotional about everything, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta be like, you know, it is what it is. So fake love is something you probably won't ever stop. Believe it or not, it's deeper than that, and we can go all night and we can have a long conversation about that. But I would rather have these conversations, you know, ahead of time. And you know, that's why I came up with the solution, you know, this side note. That's why I came up with using my platform and, you know, interviewing some artists, interviewing like different people, some of my friends, and we gonna chop it up and engage in a lot of dope conversations and kind of, you know, have a meeting of the minds about these type of things. So that's why sometimes I like talking to artists off the record. Now I'm finna talk to them on the record, and we're gonna have a healthy conversation about these type of things, you know what I'm saying? That's why I created This Is Not a Podcast, because this is not your typical podcast. I'm not even a podcaster, you know what I'm saying? I'm just using my platform to just speak my mind and voice my opinions, and not just for myself but others. And I like to pride myself on being the voice of the voiceless. So we're gonna put the format together, and we're gonna go through the ringers, look through my Rolodex, and invite some people on the platform, and we're gonna have a healthy conversation. So be on the lookout for that. Man, I don't even know if this is gonna be a This Is Not a Podcast type of deal, because we like to be, or you know, organized and orchestrated. So I don't know, man. We gonna see what's what. So right now I'm just winging it, and I just thought I felt compelled to talk about it, because you know, it's been a long day. I'm literally sitting here still editing. So I'm gonna go on ahead, man. I've been talking for about almost 12 minutes now. I'm gonna probably make it even shorter than that when this is all said and done. So anyway, I'm gonna go on ahead and wrap this thing up. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification button, and be sure to go to www.powercircle.biz and get yourself some Airbusters all-purpose knockout seasoning for just $10, free shipping and handling, bringing the fun back to cooking, making cooking both simple and easy at the same time. So make sure y'all go to www.powercircle.biz and get yourself a jar. Matter of fact, don't just buy one, buy 10. And if you balling like that, buy the whole box, man. Buy a few boxes of 10. You know what I mean? You know, we ship everywhere. We even ship internationally. Go ahead, man, and check out www.powercircle.biz, man. I mean, I get a lot of people that still, you know, I put it in your face. I put it on the shorts. I put it on my Instagram. I put it on my TikTok. I put it everywhere possible. Even I still have to tell you to go to www.powercircle.biz. And I'm like, come on, man. And the reason being, I try to say this in the beginning. I probably didn't say this in the beginning, but please watch the video to the end for a very important announcement. I'm going to say that so I can just ease that on back in there. But please watch the videos to the end, or should I say thank you for watching the video to the end if you got this far. Once again, please watch the video to the end. It definitely helps the algorithm. And like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll get around to that. But right now, we're trying to get that watch time up. It definitely helps the algorithm. I can't stress it enough. enough. Donations. People ask me about the donation. So for those of you that want to donate, it definitely helps the channel. It definitely helps a lot of things. You know, we want to get to different places. We travel to different states. We create content everywhere. Might even be in your city. With that being said, keep God first. Stay sucker free. And by all means, get to the money. Peace and love. Stay healthy. I'm out this thing. Peace.